Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Screaming, tires bleeding, virtual cubes, the motor's breathing, engine thunder from down under, piston fire, turn asunder, put your name in lights. Oh, with the vets tonight, it's a 1,000 decibel supercar fight, burn this track to the ground with V8 sound. Racing's real, pedal down every pass you feel, step right up and place your bets. This is us, the V8 Vets. Put your name in lights, put your name in lights with the Vets tonight. It's a 1,000 decibel supercar fight, burn this track to the ground with V8 sound. Put your name track to the ground with V8 sound. Burn this track to the ground. Come on now, put your name in lights.
The cards have been dealt and the numbers have come up. How will it roll your way throughout this season? Or will you be all in? Or will you have to fold? Welcome to fabulous season 25 of the V8 Veterans. It's technically the platinum season of the league. Next season is the platinum anniversary. But tonight we begin the run around for the 25th time. For 10 rounds as 50 drivers will look to claim the hardest title in the Vets to battle for, because it's the most contested. It's like going to a high roller poker table without any chips. It's maximum pressure. Hamish Munro here with you alongside Brett Fisher once again. We roll into tonight to Phillip Island, one of the homes of Australian motorsport, as we look to up our Australian support this season in terms of racing circuits. It's the first of 3 that we'll be visiting across the season, and it starts out our season here this evening. Brett, this is the most used circuit in V8 Vets history. We've done the most amount of laps, most amount of kilometres around here. So these drivers should have no excuses but be at maximum pace off the boat, surely.
I laugh because just where I qualified. But anyway, I mean, look, everyone's going to be pumped for tonight. It's going to be fantastic. Great to be back. Season 25. I'm all pumped up, ready to go, ready to get the dice rolling, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I mean, this is a well-used track, as you're saying, Hamish, and it's going to be great to see everyone out there tonight. What is going to happen, how the chips are going to fall, who's going to get the right hand dealt to them throughout the race tonight. We will soon find out.
Well, you know, is someone going to be able to hit the jackpot, or are they going to be found out to be bluffing, Brett? I mean, it's going to take, you know, what we may call the full house to get to the championship. That full house being consistency, top 5 finishes, podiums, and at least 2 victories. That's 4 of the 5 cards you'd need for a full house. The 5th is a little bit of luck along the way, because that's what it's going to take, honestly. You can have the other 4 cards, but without the crucial ace in the hole of luck, well, you can come up trumps very, very quickly. So, but I'm excited for this season. It's a massive season. It's my 11th season here with the Vets, and I'm super excited to be a part of it. You know, I'm super excited to be alongside you once again. Actually, it's my 10th season, my 12th season. Sorry, I apologise. I forget that when you
wishing the season's away already.
I know. I forget when you count seasons. I started in season 14. Season 23 was technically my 10th season. So, but regardless.
Well, happy 10th.
Oh,
happy 10th.
That was 2 seasons ago. We're up to 12 now. You know, I'm nearly. I'm at. This is my 110th. What's my broadcast of Vets? I don't know. Something like that. It's in the
something like that.
I never got my graphic.
Yeah.
My 100.
Maybe when you turn over 40, you'll be right.
Maybe I'll get them all in a lump sum, shall I? Just a heap.
Mate, just draw one up yourself.
I will. I'll do it at MS.
If you're really that hung up on about it, you know, like just draw it up yourself, present it to yourself, and go, yay to me.
Yay to me. I'll light a candle. We got a heap of chats out there already. You were out there already, Brett, getting the crowd fired up. Like our MC that you are. Damon Fisher's out there as well. We've got Halil Cesar joining us in the chat, last season's champion. Great to have you out there, Halil. Undercover Wales in the chat as well. 5:35 a.m. here, so obviously Undercover Wales based out of the US. It's great to have you watching along with us. 47th is back as well. Brett Horsell, fresh into split 2s out there. Rhiannon's with us as well, as is Gary Buckland. So great to have you all out there. Rhiannon's asking, I hope the chips are salt and vinegar flavoured. I really don't hope that they are, because I don't want to play with salt and vinegar.
I hope they're $1,000 chips.
Oh, that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
A few $1,000 chips, that'd be lovely.
That'd be a great
Absolutely
time.
lovely.
Let's have
and by the way, guys, you've got a whole season of this too.
Yeah, there's more to come. There is more to come, I promise you. This is only the beginning of the roulette table.
Like a bag of bad dad jokes.
Exactly right. Exactly right. As we trickle our way all in to southeast Victoria, or technically it's just South Victoria actually, into Phillip Island, not too far away from the town of Cowes. I only live an hour away from this place. It's a fantastic circuit and a great area as well. It was opened back in 1956, originally a road course on the island of Phillip Island, and then turned into a permanent race circuit since 1978. It all starts out on the Gardner Straight, as then you run down towards Turn 1 at Doohan Corner. It's a fast run through Turn 1. We've seen many incidents happening there. The infamous round 1 of season 18, only a year and a half ago. Pretty infamous moment there. 3 wide, 3 cars off the track, and it could very well happen here tonight as well. Run up then towards Southern Loop at Turn 2. You can get the pass done through here if you're already 2 wide through Turn 1, but it's a much easier position to defend against it, as it is a double apex corner. If you can maximise your run out of 2, though, you can easily then run up towards Stoner at 3 and towards Miller at 4, where you get the job done under brakes and up the inside. But it's a bit of a gambit. You risk locking brakes, you risk going off track, you also risk someone turning in front of your nose as they aim for the corner. It's a real difficult part of the circuit. Up through 5 and into 6 at Siberia, where again we could see cars overlapping and getting involved in incidents as well. Turn 7, you'll see cars getting loose off the exit of Siberia and ending up in the ditch on the left-hand side, as then the fast run up Turn 8 at Hayshed begins, and up towards Lukey Heights at 9. Hard braking zone down at MG at Turn 10. This is another tight hairpin corner, Brett, where drivers are going to get overlapped with each other. The run through turn 11 and then down through turn 12. There's many danger zones though across those 12 corners and these 4.4 Ks. The biggest challenge, I think, though, is the debris, the gravel that can be brought back on track from incidents, because incidents can happen at turn 1, incidents can happen at turn 2, turn 4, turn 6, even turn 8, turn 9, turn 10, and even at turn 11 and 12. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for debris to get brought on the track. Basically anywhere. But there's a lot of opportunities for debris to get brought back onto the track, which makes those areas a lot harder to deal with and a lot more dangerous in terms of the full race length. It's going to be a very, very interesting race to come our way. It's a tough racetrack to have as our first round. It's one that will test drivers, and again, it's one of those tracks that it'll separate the contenders from the pretenders. It's the same thing for the first half of the season, as it often is here in Vets. Another difficult portion of the night is going to be the pit entry and pit exit. Now, it was changed to a 1 CPS rule due to iRacing maintenance, so we've gone down to 150 Ks from 200, 1 CPS to complete across the night. Critical lap is there between lap 7 and lap 8. So we could see, if there's early safety car, we could see cars coming in early, saving a bit of fuel. It could also go time certain. So some guys who may risk coming in on lap 2, taking some fuel if there is a safety car, could end up making it into to the end of the race if the race is chaotic enough and enough safety cars are called. But that pit entry is going to be dangerous, and pit exit's going to be dangerous because it comes right back out onto the racing line, and drivers are going to have to be prepared to move to the left or right hand side of track to avoid cars coming out of pit lane.
Very hectic section of the track, that, I'll tell you that right now. They could have just made, I mean, really, guys, they could have just made it a little bit longer to just help the blend a little bit, but, hey, it is what it is. But, damn you, iRacing, for putting out the patch.
You got the echo going on that one there, Brett. That was good.
Yeah, I know.
That was like an announcement over the loudspeaker. It was good.
Yeah. Well timed.
It was well timed.
It's unfortunate because one of the things too, like it can catch you out if you don't realise what's going on. I think that might have caught one or so people out maybe throughout the splits. But you pre-race, you do all your calcs, you get homes, you get all your fuel strat happening and stuff like that. So it throws a little spanner into the works. You've got to keep your eyes on the ball, and make sure you play your right hand at the right time. So that was a nice little curveball to start it, though, Hamish. But here we go, getting everyone settled on track in the grid.
Yep. So starting grid for tonight's race will be as follows: Alex Kiddis comes in out of split 3 and goes straight to pole position in the first qualifying session of season 25. Steve Grumley down from split 1 will qualify in P2 ahead of Chad Viger and Bruce Tannick on the second row of the grid. Brenton O'Brien, Michael Quain inside the top 6 for Simon Haynes, Scott McKenzie, Simon Heddersheet and Shane Randall making up our top 10. Stephen Clark will start at a P11 ahead of Darren Crosby on the 6th row of the grid here tonight, with Matt Monday and Mick Clifton starting in behind them. Tim Mulford, Matt Scholes make up the 8th row ahead of Dave Arney and Steve Lanyon, with Michael Jones and Craig Friend making up our top 20 cars. Andrew Hoffman, Trent Allen inside the top 22 with Paul Burns and Matty Parker for our top 24 cars on the road. Peter Latham will start ahead of Jeremy Bush with Damon Fisher and Mark Houghton for the top 28, with Rick Viger and Brett Horsell inside the top 30. Ron Allen, Russell Uren started at the top 32 with Brett Taylor, Wade Reynolds, Derek Lovegrove and Todd Duggan inside the top 36 cars. There's still more to go though. Mario Reale starts ahead of Nick Hasler with Scott West and Pete Baxter. Chris Blanchard, Ben Brook and yourself, Brett Fisher, out of P33 on the road here this evening. Travis Azapoli, our chief race steward this season. Lucas Burt on board the safety car. I can't quite remember who was the offsider for them this season, but I know it has changed from Jamie Dyke. But we look forward to seeing cars get gridded up. A couple of disappointing qualifyings, i.e. Trent Allen, ASR Bathurst 1000 winner, who went on to win with James Scott only a week ago, then went on to race in Premier Endurance League and finished P2 at the Bend after 2 hours. It was an insane day for Trent. He now comes back into this season in the hopes that he could really get rolling and look to roll into a championship. He was one of those 2 drivers we mentioned in the pre-season briefing last week, Brett, who could very well, if he can put a whole season together and have a straight or a full house, I suppose
Have
we could call
a
it.
look at that gaggle of cars
Look
sitting
at
on
it.
the starting grid, ready to get
All
it
the way
going.
back there.
I'll tell you what, I can feel it all building up here.
It's all building.
Let's hopefully we get a clean start and everyone gets underway well. But let's see what Kiddis has got to do off the start here.
Yep, a few things to remember as the revs start to rise. The undercut's going to be massive here tonight as we get underway. And Kiddis starts us off for season 25. Pressure's already built for a few cars as Hedesheed has got a bit loose in the background. Undercut's going to be strong tonight, especially with only one pit stop needed. Cars are already coming through towards Southern Loop. And as they run up through turn 2 for the first time, let's see if they can keep themselves nice and tidy in the run around turn 2. O'Brien looks strong in P5. Kiddis leads the way. Grumley in behind him. And the
Haynesy
pressure
got a
is
shock at the
building.
start too.
Did.
He sort of like the field went away, and he actually just sort of went backwards a bit there to start with.
Ooh,
So
couple
if
of
he wants to
cars
settle on that.
off the road. That one of them is Todd Duggan down at turn 2.
Yeah.
Derek Lovegrove, I think, is another one. We're already seeing a preview of some of the retro round liveries for next week, as that there is Chad Viger, who had a very good qualifying at the front of the field on board the Kumo Tyres
That's gonna
entry.
hurt.
He's already off the road. I must say, Derek Lovegrove's got that old Aussie Mail livery. That's a great throwback and a real deep cut as well. One reminder to the Split 2 drivers for next week: keep your liveries on your cars before Sunday, because we want to be able to see them on the retro round broadcast at Bathurst as well. Kiddis, though, back at the front.
Yeah, Kiddis got a great little start there, and he's just sort of got himself away nicely there. And let's see what he can do throughout this race. He's new to this split, and I'll tell you what, what a way to start.
Hedesheed has had a horrid start, down 8 already. We saw him get loose off the start line. He's in line here with Mick Clifton. Both cars off the road at turn 12. Big contact into the sand trap.
That's huge. That is huge.
And that is now going to
First
drag a heap of dust back onto the circuit, which could very easily bring big effect to these cars as they run around turn 12. We've seen many incidents go wrong down there over the years here at the island. Kiddis leads the way. Grumley P2, Tannick in P3, O'Brien, Haynes, Quain the top 6, Crosby, McKenzie, Skulls, Randall the top 10 at the moment. But Kiddis is looking strong here. And we mentioned in the preseason briefing that we knew that Kiddis was going to have the pace, Brett. It's whether he could find the racecraft that would see him come up well this season.
Well,
but
he doesn't,
if he can qualify at the
doesn't
front
have to worry about it.
he doesn't. If he
doesn't
qualifies at the front every
he just
week,
keeps eyes forward.
exactly. he
Eyes
doesn't-
forward.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
keep going,
right.
mate. No, that's
Exactly
a look.
right.
That's a great debutant to way to start his first race
That
here.
That may be. I think, other than possibly Trent Allen, one of the first times, and I'd have to look back, way back in the history books. That may be one of the first times a Split 3 promotion has come up the next season to Split 2 and qualified pole in their first race.
Yeah,
and
well,
actually,
he's certainly showing his hand early.
He really is. He is showing his hand early. He's showing he's got pace, but how's he going to go battling amongst the pack? We know that Grumley's going to be hungry to go for. And look at the gravel down there off the incident with Hedesheed and Clifton.
Keep anyone. I wonder whether that's going to catch out anyone there coming around that corner, because it's actually a hard corner. You know, getting on the gas, balancing the car between slide and throttle. So hopefully everyone gets through there all right. But these two have broken away nicely here. There's about nearly a 2-second gap back to O'Brien.
Well,
so they've done really well. Kiddis is pushing really his way forward.
He is.
Very quickly at the moment, and Grumley's just sitting on his tail ready to go.
Well, Grumley's showing his pace early. 132.85, fastest lap of the race the last time by, so he's showing his pace. O'Brien's got pace as well. Remember, he got one of his only race wins last season at Road America, and he's hungry to try and challenge for the win. This team is having a change of focus, it seems, in the future, possibly to put more focus onto vets. And O'Brien wants to head up that charge for ERT. Tannick's one of our full house runners that we mentioned last week as well. One of the 5. I mean, 2 out of the 5 are in the top 5 at the moment. Tannick and O'Brien. Could that be the championship battle we were looking for?
Oh, early days. Bit of scuff on the car of Tannick there.
Yeah, just a little bit, maybe getting
So
in the wars
he's obviously
early.
just getting a little bit amongst it, trading metal early. But have a look at this gaggle of cars. There's a heap of cars, big battle packs. There's not a huge amount of time between them. There's about 1.2 seconds off Randall. There's Monday, 1.3 seconds there. And then there's a massive cars all the way down to 28th Western, and then back to Houghton. So there's a long train of cars all the way through this pack battling out. Wade Reynolds just losing a spot to Blanchard.
A lot of cars battling away behind this as Tannick is under pressure here from Simon Haynes. Continues to just massage it onto the back of him. Quaney wants a good finish tonight as well. He's looking for a good season after an up-and-coming season last season, a poor season the season before. He's on the train back up the order, and he'll be hoping to try and maximise. Scott McKenzie out there. Misfits Racing entry.
Yeah, Crosby having a look on the inside there. That's a bit of pressure.
He wants that move. Can't quite get it. Matt Skulls in behind them. Here he comes inside of Crosby.
Yeah,
New colours
right
on
move
the.
there.
It was the right move indeed. New colours on that Misfits car and on the 801 Sim Racing car as well of Skulls. They've gone for a red and black attack this season, it seems.
Monday dropping hard.
He is. Where's he gone? He's off the road down at Miller Corner in the
Reynolds
Fisher
dropping as well
Motorsports
there
entry.
too.
Yeah, Reynolds I think's been involved. There's Reynolds there in the Brewed Coffee entry. So a little bit messy off the start for some drivers, but they're just trying to get back in their groove. I think if you're Chad Vigo, you're probably the most disappointed of anyone. Down 32 spots at the moment and a lot of work to do across the next 30-odd laps.
Yeah, and it's such a shame too. Early in the race, qualifying quite well, and now knowing you've got a fast car, you've got to try and make up spots. Now, that can, as we see there, like he was having a look on the inside, probably not fully committed, but there he goes. He's going to get past him here if he can keep it stuck on the outside here.
Well, remembering as well,
hard,
Ben Brook,
tough move.
it's a tough move, and with that front end damage, can he get the job done as they come onto the Gardner straight? I think he's just got past him. He has. Remembering Ben Brook was one of our drivers that we mentioned last week as one of the drivers to watch this season for a possible improvement, as he's now got Derek Lovegrove up his inside. Tries to get that move done. Looks pretty good to me. Gets it through. Wade Reynolds was another one of them as he now comes into pit lane as well. A few others, of course. Andrew Hoffman, as they're back in the old RSW Graphics designed SCR livery for this season, it seems. So they've gone away from the laser-eyed Kangaroo and now back to the white, black and pink attack for this season. No Jim Caperonis on track tonight. Hopefully we'll see him next week at Bathurst for round 2.
I wonder what happened to Jimmy. And just while we're on it, Coffee, he's up 6 spots, so he'll be happy with that start.
Still well.
Hopefully he can just keep pushing forward there.
Well, Trent Allen's gone with him. He's up 6 as well in the AITT entry too. And this team has been on the rise in other leagues. I mentioned Premier Endurance League. They are a powerhouse over there. Of course, in ASR too, they've got some really, really good drivers across that field as well. But all of these drivers are doing incredibly well off the start. Skulls is up 7.
Trent's catching. Trent is carrying a bit of damage on that front right too, so that'll be hurting him in straight line speed a little bit there. So he'll want to try and get tucked up as far as he can up to Hoffy.
The steering wheel doesn't look too bad, so it must just be straight line speed, I think, for him.
Yeah, probably just a little bit of aero. There we go.
I think Randall could be under a similar scenario. He's got a little bit of front on damage as well, possibly for some nose to tail action as he drops a spot to Clark and to Mulford. Here comes Friend as well. Yeah. I think it might have been
got 2 positions.
Might have been the meat
from the
sandwich
start.
of an incident, possibly, Brett.
Pretty. Yeah, well, it gets pretty hectic. Oh, Randall running wide there. Is he going to have a look on the inside here, or is he just
trying to defend position
there in 12th? But have a look at this. Have a look at this battle pack. Like, I mean, there's heaps of battle packs up and down the field. Oh, Pete Latham's in trouble. Something's happened to Pete.
There he is off the road in the Racecraft entry. Way off the track. He's on the escape road. Looks like he's going to go get a pie.
Oh, poor Pete. I feel sorry for him.
Oh, I feel sorry for him too.
Like, he's a good racer. I don't know why this happens to him all the time. You know, like he's just come up to split 2 after finishing quite well last season. He just wants to keep, he just wants to enjoy his racing, and unfortunately things like that happen. Look at this gaggle of cars coming down through here.
There's so many. There's, you've got Damon at the second point of this train. Matty Parker's leading it. Brett Horsell Of course, the champion of Split 3 last season as Matty Parker's into
Yep.
pit lane. This is a very early stop. He is a lap to 2 laps before the critical point of this race to get home. So he's either going to have to save some fuel or he'll have to come back through pit lane, Brett. And the green flag pit stop at this point, that could be nail in the coffin type of stuff later on in this
Is that a
race.
miscalculation or what?
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is with the WK&P cars. Like, if you have a look at him here, he looks like a ghost as he comes through there. The sun just does something
I
to it.
believe it is the spec mapping of that car. And I have a feeling that whoever's spec mapped it has saved it as a 32 pixel or 32-bit pixel spec map, and that's why it's looking like a ghost in the sunlight.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting to see what's happened there.
It's
Yeah.
the only thing I can think of. Trent Allen, Andrew Hoffman battling away up towards Siberia. So Allen wants to get a move on here. Both of them trying to chase down Shane Randall and Dave Arney, who's in that 2011-esque Vodafone livery. Nice run by Triple A.
Sorry, Rick and Damon also having a battle there. They were swapping positions for a little bit there, so I think that battle's fairly close as well.
A lot of them that are heating up
There's
here.
action
Weston.
happening all up and down.
Weston! Oh my God, I thought he was going to collide with the side of your end. Somehow he held on to it.
Brandon's got through. Can he stick it? No, Weston's got the advantage as he comes over Lukey Heights. Can he get the car pulled up in a straight line? But yes, he can.
Plenty of
Just
room given.
but now the advantage goes to Uren coming around here. Is he better to back out and just let Uren take it? And
Yes, indeed. So he's let Russell keep the position. But one fact we need to mention actually as we head back up to the front of the field, Brenton O'Brien has got significant home track advantage here at Phillip Island. He's worked, and I think may still work at Phillip Island, Brett. So if anyone's going to win it tonight, it should be Brenton, I would assume.
Yeah, he was saying something about that in the race, towards the end of the race, or at the end of the race, sorry. Get that right in a second. He was saying past his office only 34 times or something like that. So yeah, he must be feeling me. Oh, here we go. Trent Allen into
That was Bruce Tannick into Haynes. Tannick.
Tannick, sorry.
So Tannick into the side of Haynes and Quain as well. It's all getting messy here amongst this battle pack. And you can feel that the eggs are starting to over-scramble because cars are just making little mistakes. It's on a knife's edge at the moment. So Crosby
Look at
is now up. Skull's now up as well. Quain has come off the negative from that. He's dropped a couple of spots.
Yeah, Simon Haynes, he qualified quite well, and unfortunately he's now down 11 spots. So, you know, he had a great start, and he was one of the people we mentioned earlier on this race, last year, sorry, and that's going to hurt a little bit, down 11 spots from where he started down. Look at this pressure on here.
And Mulford, one of those drivers we mentioned, could be ready to take the next step this season, yet to take a race win here in the Vets. He battles away with Craig Friend down the Gardiner Straight. You can see Hoffy lurking in the background, as well as Dave Arney and Shane Randall as well, who's under pressure from Trent Allen. Couldn't quite get the move done. And there may be a little bit of pressure on.
Oh, nearly three wide then.
Oh my God. As Jones is starting to try and make moves here. As Ben Watts in
Jones,
the pit
but he's
lane.
obviously going to cut. He's going to cut back across there. Hopefully, get a bit of pace out of that corner. McGrath pulling away there just a little bit, giving himself a little bit of a breath. Have a look at this.
It's just fantastic.
So Bruce Tannick.
It feels good to have the Vets back again, doesn't it? It feels absolutely fantastic. Oh, Britton's in the chat with us actually. Yes, still work there. Drive past my office, which is at the bottom of the race control tower. So
nice.
We would, if you're going to put your money on someone to win tonight, maybe put it on Mr. B.O.B. himself. Good old Brenton O'Brien. Could be on for a race win here at his home circuit.
I wonder whether he's got any tricks up his sleeve here.
Oh,
have a look at this.
Oh, look
Nearly,
at the gain under brakes from
dive.
Skulls. Nearly got that job done.
Huge.
A massive
and
dive.
He nearly got himself on the inside of Crosby then.
Nearly got him.
If he got it up far enough, he would have been able to hold him out through here, but that was a huge dive.
Trent Allen into pit lane. So maybe an undercut trying to be made here by Allen, of course.
Haynes,
the furthest they
Haynes
can
in
go.
pit as well.
Yeah, Haynes in. Furthest they can go without fuel saving is lap 14. A bit of fuel saving will get him to 15. And I'd expect there's probably one man in this front pack who we could expect to go to lap 15, and he just so happens to have Logitech G on the side of his car. That is
Bush
Brendan
in
O'Brien.
pits.
Yeah, Bush is in.
Look at this. This is a great little battle here. Look at how close this is, and they've got a few people behind them as well. Got
It's
Mackenzie,
great to
Mulford, Quain, Friend, Arnie, Clark's not that far behind either.
And I mean, like these were some of the drivers we were giving shout-outs to last week of, like, this is who we think's going to be up here. Tannick and Crosby, two of them. We thought Mulford could take the next step. You know, we thought Craig Friend could be one of them. Dave Arnie as well. There's quite a few, and even Hoffy just outside of the top 12.
Yep.
So there's quite a few drivers amongst this battle pack that we said, look, these guys could really be challenging. And it seems that they are. Now, they're a little bit off the front pack of cars of O'Brien, Grumley and Kiddis. That's fine. I mean, we're only in round one. We can't really take everything for gospel at this point of the season, especially with Bathurst next week. And you'd have to expect those that did ASR last week and those who did the official this weekend,
Bit of an advantage.
they will have a bit of an advantage over the rest of the field come Thursday night, and that could pay dividends in terms of being comfortable across the 300Ks that they'll be racing. Michael Quain
So
in the
top
pit
three-
lane as well.
Sorry,
to sell that pack.
top three drivers all doing a 33.7 as they cross the start-finish line there. So Kiddis, Grumley and O'Brien matching pace there in the top three spots. Now, there's only about 2.5 seconds back to Grumley and then about just over 1 second back to O'Brien. So fairly well in contact. You have a look all the way down that list to Horsell, where there's about 3 to 4 seconds, which is now just taken over from Mr. Allen. He's just made a pass there. But there's not many big gaps in that whole field. There's probably about 3 or 4 of over a second. So it's a very tight field indeed. And that just goes to prove all the little bits of action here.
Drivers getting involved in it. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Bit of contact as that's Tannick who's dropping spots, as is Tim Mulford. Uren's also off the road down at Miller, as is Derek Lovegrove. There's a couple of cars that have been involved in this. It is getting real messy.
Yeah, a bit of a melee there at Miller's. I wonder whether they're all stopping for a Miller's.
Quite possibly they are. Of course, we're on lap 11 of 34 at the moment. Alex Kiddis is leading the way. We've had no lead changes thus far. We've got 34 laps in this one.
Kiddis just put out a 33.4, Grumley a 33.6. So he's got a couple of tenths up on him in that lap. So no slouch. No slouch at all. Mulford in pits. Burns in pits. Tannick in pits. No, Tannick dropping. Sorry.
I think Tannick is still just in a little bit of strife
Battling
out there. And he's
Crosby dropping big time there. Something's happened to Crosby there. He's dropped about 3 or 4 spots.
Tannick's getting eaten alive. Crosby, I think, has been in the wars a little bit here. I mean, those guys were battling for quite a significant period of time. I'm sure they'll be wanting to keep the fight up at the moment as we ride with Mr. Crosby.
Brent O'Brien just saying in the chat, fuel save mode for the first stint. So
Fuel save, I'm sure. If you look at the current laps at the moment, his last lap was 39.938. The leader did a 33.481.
That looks fancy.
So much. I'll give you the secrets to it post-race. Kiddis has led 12 laps at this stage of the race as he comes down the main straight.
What a stamp of authority he's putting on this race so far. First time in split 2 and leading very convincingly at this stage.
So currently our highest seeded driver who's taken a pit stop and will get home off that pit stop is this man right here, Michael Quain, pit on lap 10 with a 30.596 in his pit stop time. So he's looking pretty good at the moment. This could see him get a top 10 spot here tonight as Clark comes in.
So Stephen Clark, he's down 7 spots at the moment. This is his first down 8 now, obviously, as he comes into pits. But He's come back from split 1, so he'll be hoping to get a reasonable finish here tonight. So let's see what he can do later on in the race as well.
We'll see here how quickly that delta's going to come down to Stephen Clark from these drivers. So Quaney has got Mulford.
Oh, another
right
new
behind him.
little jigger.
That's not a new one. That's just one I haven't used there, I'll be honest with you. So Quaney gets past Clark. It's the time delta one. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but I thought, well, you know what? Let's try and get all the new stuff that I've not used for a while in here. I also didn't resize the iRacing logo in the bottom corner. I'm all sorts of all over the place at the moment, Brett. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's all right.
So
That's
we'll
okay.
get that fixed for next week, but.
M1 used cars, just the representing up the top right of the screen at the moment.
The Driver of the Day Award
yes,
representative this season as Kiddis comes into pit lane. Grumley has gone longer, so has Brett O'Brien. So Kiddis needs to be on the maximum in this pit stop. He cannot afford to give up time because if those guys, well, we know that Grumley's got pace. He probably actually has pace over him. He was playing the patient game of waiting as Kiddis is now in. Kiddis just in there. Where's Grumley?
Yeah, got Hoffman in, McKenzie in, Tannock in, Damon in. Blanchard in as well. So we're starting to cycle through these pit stops now.
We are indeed. So Grumley leads his first lap of this race. Brett O'Brien hot on his heels at the moment.
Right up. So he must have made, he's probably, I think because the last time I checked out, it was about a 1.5 second gap there. So he's closed up that gap a little bit there.
He has indeed, of course. He's the man currently with the fastest lap of the race, a 1:32.851. To Steve Grumley on board the 575 machine, so he would be hoping to start his time off back in split 2 with a race win this season. Of course, our season 21 champion made history when he left split 2, became the first driver to win the championship after winning in round 1, and ever since then we've broken history in every single season in 22, 23 and 24 as Grumley and O'Brien are in. Yep. So they went to the maximum of lap 14. I don't know if anyone else is going to go any further. Kiddis is back in P14 at the moment. So
this will be interesting.
And he's back at Siberia. So this is a significant gap between himself, Grumley and O'Brien. And as he runs up through Hayshed, we'll see if he remains in the race lead post pit stops. So Grumley,
Scolzani, Friend, Jones, Crosby, Allen.
All of them are in. We expect Baxter and Houghton in as well. Monday's just had an incident further back. It's down at Miller Corner. He's off the road again. Houghton has stayed out. So Houghton's actually got an extra lap here. We could see him maybe gain a position off of this. Remembering that O'Brien would have been fuel saving over that first stint of the race. He's already dropped and he's going to get past Grumley on pit exit. And they're both going to be ahead of Alex Kiddis. So there you see him in the background. Both of them have jumped him.
That is a decent jump on him.
So they took advantage. They knew he was in pit lane and they went full push.
Yeah.
That there is a big, big gain over Alex Kiddis. Gap is out to 3.5 seconds from Steve Grumley back to Alex Kiddis at the moment. Allen's been in. Hasler, Horsell, Viger and Baxter through pit lane at the moment. The only car yet to pit is Mark Houghton, and there's currently 3 cars who'll need another stop to get home. Those being Matt Monday, Mick Clifton and Matty Parker. All of them pit before the critical lap of lap 7 or 8.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him big time there. But so Houghton's still out the front, as you're saying. O'Brien, Grumley, Kiddis. So 3.2 seconds off the back of Grumley. So that's a lot of. He's got a bit of work to do there. So I don't think he'd be too keen on after that pit stop.
That there is the gap between the podium and P4. Kiddis was entering Lukey Heights as Skulls was exiting Siberia. That's what 12.5 seconds looks like as Mark Houghton comes into pit lane.
Yep.
So the corrected order at the moment is O'Brien, Grumley, Kiddis, Skulls, and then Dave Arney will be corrected to P5 when Matt Parker has to come through pit lane for his pit stop in this race. And we mentioned Dave Arney's name last week, Brett, that This is the guy we want to see get to the next level. This is the guy that we expect some good things from this season. He's got a solid team around him in Pacific Esports Racing. He's their only representative in Split 2. And he'll be hoping to do what John Gallen did back in Season 20 and win the championship for the Pelicans.
Also rocking the retro livery early, but that's okay.
I'm sure it wasn't on the car yesterday when they would have expected
No,
this
it wouldn't have
broadcast.
been. Yeah.
I'm sure it wouldn't have been.
Okay.
And we do apologise for broadcasting on a different day for round one. The reason we apologise for nothing actually, Brett, because Brisbane went back to back. If we had lost, I would then be apologising, but we didn't.
Oh,
so
it's heating up here too. Look at this coming through Millers.
It's all happening at the moment as Parker's being put under massive pressure from Marnie. New fastest lap of the race, Alex Kiddis with a 1:32.59. So he's turned the jets on.
Yeah.
He started to find some pace in that Pagnian machine of Old Mate and Sons.
Tell you what, Randall's done all right. Not Randall. I was looking at Haynes. Sorry, Haynes done all right to get back to where he is.
Well, I was going to mention Randall's done well too. He was lacking straight line speed after that early contact. He's come in. He's taken the fast repair. And he's only one spot down on where he started this race. I mean, that's still a fairly consistent run for the 501 car.
Well, considering Haynes just had a spin before,
it's a great effort.
That's huge. And I've just seen Dave Arney overtake Matty Parker as well. So
he's got that job done now.
We just gave Dave a bit of a
glazing, and we forgot to show the moon.
Oh, that's okay. We talked about it. No, that's good.
Yeah, we did. Paddo giving nice car to
that's
Hainsey.
Right, Dave. Don't worry about it.
Hainsey's car does
apologising
for WKMP. Of course.
To change it back.
Yeah, that's all good, Dave. Do want to mention though that big change. Actually, we've spoken about Hainsey, but we haven't really spoken about the big move, the big change that's happened with that car, and the fact that it now has WKMP on the side of it. Of course, formerly of Quantum Racing Team, went into privateer mode for last season and is now a part of the WKMP crew. And that team is getting back into its heyday at the moment, Brett. They formed.
Has that just changed back to a WKMP car?
No, it's been that the whole time. It's just, I think, because of the spec map. Whenever it goes into the sun, it turns completely white. I've tried to fix it with changing my graphics. It hasn't done anything, unfortunately.
Oh no, sorry. So it was Dave Arney's car that we were on before. That's okay. Sorry, my bad. Just losing me. I'm just losing it.
Hainsey actually has a good reason for it. He polished it a bit too hard.
Yeah. There's too much happening.
There's so much happening. But that's the beauty
of
Randall.
Randall
wants an old friend.
Randall friend. This is a massive pack here of a number of cars that is just, look at them all Fords too.
And this is the reason why we mentioned that in the pre-race last week, prior to the season, that there's probably 15 drivers you can throw a blanket over and any of them could call out first and take the championship. I mean, it is not anyone's guaranteed game. It's Mulford with an aggressive lane change, trying to get past Quainey. Quain's run it wide at turn one. They're going to go side by side through Southern Loop. Can Mulford get the job done on the outside? Surely not. Surely not through turn two. Mulford gets the drive.
To settle a car.
Oh, that's a great move.
Side by side.
Bit of door-to-door down towards Miller. Can he get this job done into the braking zone? Both of them go side by side. Here comes Mulford on Quain. They're still side by side. And Mulford finally gets the job done as Quain runs it wide. That's a great bit of racing and a great move from Tim Mulford.
Mackenzie right on his ginger now there too, so Mackenzie closed that gap as well, took advantage as well. He's just got a lot of action. There's now,
it's a lot of action.
Is that Randall back there?
It is Randall.
Or who was that? Yeah,
Randall back
he
there.
had a side by side.
Yep. So we're lap 18. We're just past the halfway point of this race, and it is all heating up at the moment. We're going to keep an eye on this gaggle of cars because, realistically speaking, it doesn't look like it's going to simmer down anytime soon.
No.
We're going to take this chance to go for a incredibly quick ad break, and we'll be back very, very shortly with more action to come. At the moment, it is Brent O'Brien who is leading the way in this race thus far to Steve Grumley, Alex Kiddis, Matt Skulls, Dave Arney, the top 5. Parker, Mulford, Mackenzie Haynes, Friend. That's the 10. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very soon with more Season 25 action of the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans as they battle around Phillip Island for 150 canes. We'll be back very soon. Welcome back into the fabulous Season 25 of the V8 Veterans, brought to you by Racecraft Simulations for the Split 2 action tonight. Here for round 1 at Phillip Island. At this stage, it is hometown boy Brett O'Brien leading the way. Back to Steve Grumley and Alex Kiddis currently on the podium. Matt Skulls sits in P4 with Dave Arney in P5, Craig Friend in P6. All three of those guys up double-digit positions at the moment. Scott McKenzie in P7, Hainsey in P8, Quain in P9, and Parker makes up the top 10, but he will need another pit stop in this race as Tannock is in for a drive-through penalty, it seems.
I'm just a bit busy.
Well, that was a very funny joke from you, Brett. Unfortunately, I hadn't unmuted you yet as you were doing it. As Matt Parker is dropping positions here. You can do it again if you want when he comes back down the straight. We'll follow him, actually.
Maybe, yeah,
he's coming up around turn 12 now. Is he?
Yeah, so Brent O'Brien, as he's coming down the front straight, he sort of say, please take the messages for me. I'll be back in the office a little bit later.
Quickly, take it.
Yeah.
Quick, I'll pass
busy,
it.
can't take the messages already.
I'll pass it out the window to the wall.
I'm sure he's concentrating on other things. Oh,
Mulford
there.
battling away here with Parker, who's been in the wars at the moment and is battling away hard with this pack of cars. Western runs a little bit wide. New colours on the EWT cars this season. They look good, Brett. They've got a bit more green on them back there as Parker's in, possibly for a pit stop. We'll have to wait and see. That's the new EWT cars. I'm liking the extra green on them. It looks good.
Yeah. I tell you what, hasn't the racing so far been intense? Like, I mean, if this is anything to go on to see what the whole season is going to be, have a crack at it. I'll tell you now, because I say, like, the racing's close, that you can see a little bit of desperation in everyone's eyes. They want those positions. So yeah, I'm excited for what's to come.
Speaking of desperation, here's a man who's looking to make up positions tonight. Brett, yourself, starting from the back of the field. Up
Yeah, all I want to
17.
do is finish. Yeah,
17 positions. That's an incredible game. We only had one non-starter tonight. That was Steve Lanyon. Wade Reynolds, currently in pit lane, looks to not be finishing, and Tannick's in pit lane for an extended portion as well. That may be his race done and dusted at this point of the night, and that's a tough pill to swallow early in the season. Very early to use a drop round if that is his night done and dusted here.
So Brenton pulling nearly a second gap on Grumley at the moment, so he's doing quite well. He's let's see if he can time wise. Yeah, he's about 2/10 up, so that was good. Alex Kiddis 34.1, so slightly a bit slower. So these guys might have played their hands quite well, and Brenton O'Brien looks like he's got control of this race well and truly at the moment.
Well, to give you the recap, we've had 3 lead changes across this race. It went from Kiddis to Grumley to O'Brien. Oh, as O'Brien just had a little blink there. We're on lap 23 of 34. 12 laps to go, or roughly 11 and a half at this stage, as they battle away at the front of the field. Further back, Ron Allen is putting the pressure on Paul Burns at the moment for P12 on the road, and he's got Chad Viger hot on his heels with Shane Randall in on it too. So this is a hot little 4-car battle pack with a couple of those drivers that we wanted to focus on this season as either possible improvers or drivers that have got something to show this season. I gotta tell you what, Brett, I'm impressed by Ron Allen tonight. Up 18 spots in his first split 3 race. That could be a driver of the day worthy performance if you ask me. That is a solid performance on the road.
And look, I know where there's been a couple of incidents and things like that, but you know, the racing at the moment is pretty full on. I know I just said that a couple of moments ago, but if this is what we're going to look forward to for the rest of the season, it's going to be fantastic racing.
It's going to be fantastic all throughout.
There's been a couple of incidents, as I said before, but there has been a lot of side-by-side racing, very respectful.
Allen trying to focus up the inside of Burns, couldn't quite get there at this stage with Viger breathing down his neck. Now, I do... Sorry, I was about to say, Hasler has been doing quite well, Brett. He's up 16 at the moment, it's P22. I was just going to make mention of the fact that we are nearly at the end of this race. In regards to Driver of the Day awards this season, we've given ourselves a couple of new rules. So, as we mentioned pre-season with ourselves, but we have one X Factor that we will allow the race winner to be nominated once per season in changeable weather condition races. We've given ourselves 2 X Factors. Oh, yeah, I think that might have been Scott Weston. We've given ourselves 2 dealer's choice where we will pick the driver of the day, but we can only do that twice per season. And then we're going to keep the rule that drivers can't be nominated and win. Like they can't win more than once, but they can. You know, obviously you can be nominated as many times as you like as long as you haven't won it. So that's kind of our new rule set for this season. We are still going to allow ourselves to pick 2 drivers, of course, some weeks, because sometimes 2 drivers have as good a race of each other and we just can't split them. Yeah, we like to be difficult.
Have we heard from management yet?
No, we've heard nothing about it actually. So I'm going to say just keep rolling with it. That's
keep rolling with it. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Damien hasn't had a bad run here tonight. He's done okay. He's up 8 spots at the moment, and he's put a pretty solid effort in. He's been running in the pack.
That's Chad Viger.
It's unfortunate.
That is Chad Viger off the road. The Perth local, 25th position now on the road. Right in front of you, Brett. You can taste an 18th position game in this race. Clark is in pit lane for a penalty, so that's an early blow to the TTR drivers' season right there. We've got 10 laps to go of the island. Still to traverse. And at this stage of the race, Brett, who's 2 of your front runners at the moment for driver of the day?
Oh, you asked me all the hard questions, Hamish.
I have to. Honestly, all right, I'll give you my two if you like, and then you can go off the back of that.
I'll give you one.
Yep.
I reckon Alex Kiddis, purely because he's come up from split 3 into split 2, put it on pole, and he's currently sitting in P3. So I think that's a fantastic effort.
I do as well. I agree with you. I think he's done very well to put that car on pole. Oh, that's another thing as well. We're going to be taking qualifying into account this season. So qualifying can have a factor to it in terms of where you end up. The fact that Kiddis got pole and he's still P3, that's a very good effort here tonight. So Kiddis is one for me. And I think I think another one for me is Ron Allen. 19 spots, P12 in his first outing in split 2. That is a cracking effort from him.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Another one, I don't want to sound like a bit of a fanboy, but Simon Haynes.
You know what?
He's back.
I looked at his name then, Brett, and I'm like, you know what? Haynesy's done very well for the race that he's had.
I know. I mean, he's one spot down from where he started after a big spin and lost multiple spots. Exactly. I think that's a fantastic effort to be in the 8th spot.
Oh, Randall up the inside of Burns at turn 1. Randall down 3 at the moment. He's trying to get back up to where he started, which was inside of the top 10. That's a good move from Randall as he'll look to chase down Ronald Allen at this stage. Yeah, I mean, I would be happy to put forward, maybe we just put forward 3 names today of Kiddis, Haynes and Allen. I'd be happy to put those 3 forward.
Well, let's see. We'll see where they all finish and whether nothing else happens untoward. But yes,
I think for my money, they're my current 3 front runners at the moment. They've kept their race clean. They haven't caused any issues for other drivers. They've either been in the wars themselves or they've had a very clean race. And I think that's very, very notable to those guys at this stage. A bit further back, we've got Brett Horsell battling away here with Nick Hasler. Brett's currently up 8 positions. Hasler's up 17. Nick's actually had a very good race as well.
Yeah,
do we maybe give
he's had a great race.
Do we maybe give Nick a sneaky outsider nomination?
I don't mind that. You have to say, Nick was pretty quiet throughout last season. We didn't really see him much, and I'll tell you what, he's had a great night tonight. He'd have to be happy with what he's done so far, so hopefully he can finish it out. 27 laps of 34.
Still time for him to get into the top 20. I mean, he's only 1.4 seconds off the back of Trent Allen, former multiple-time race winner. So he could really start to put some pressure on him as Trent wants a move here on Rick Viger. I wouldn't assume that Nick would try and battle his own teammate for position. Maybe if they can chase down Scott Weston in the next 8 laps or so. But this is all in the mid-pack of this race at the moment. And Allen trying to get right up on him. Oh, you could smell what he had for breakfast there.
That was close. That was very close.
That was super
Another shout out too to Scotty Weston up 21 spots. Did you mention that before?
No, I did not mention that before, but that is a great
Scotty Weston up 21 spots. That's fantastic effort so far. Brett Taylor up 10 spots. Christopher Blanchard up 15 spots. Benjamin Brook up 13. So there's some decent gainers there throughout that field. So good on everyone.
There's some big gainers across that field, and it's really, really good to see. And at the moment, right now, Brendan O'Brien is looking to be the one driver who could take away from this race the orange number as the leader of the championship. But currently at this stage, Brett, Race Control are investigating O'Brien for an incident on the road.
Oh,
and we wouldn't want that to cost him the race win, of course.
No.
But if it's a points penalty, it'll cost him the lead of the championship as Trent Allen tucks up the inside of Rick Viger down through MG. That was a great move from Allen.
That was a really nice move. Took advantage of Viger there as he just had a momentary lapse of. Look at all those bloody Angry Birds cars together.
I know. They often say that birds fly together. Well, they're all flying together right now. A couple of seagulls out here at Phillip Island. Definitely not running around like penguins. They're having a great race.
It'd be interesting what they call a flock of angry birds. How they call a murder of crows and things like that.
The angry birds. So maybe it's a riot of birds. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Well, Damon's way out there.
Damon's having a proper look.
Yeah.
There's like she
He
was
wasn't
looking through
doing
the
much
shop
about
window.
it though, but I think it was just a little stick nose up there. Although he's gained there.
Oh, Jeremy Bush has run it
Oh,
wide
Bush.
down at turn 4. It's a struggle for him tonight in the Locked On Lads machine. There's a couple more of these boys that have joined the league now, so we could maybe start seeing them come of age and get into the league and racing with us as well.
Yeah.
They call it a Vigers. That's what it's a Vigers of Angry Birds.
That's the Vigers of Angry Birds. That's good. I like that.
What about Nick? He's not a Viger, or is he an honorary?
Well,
Is he an honorary
I think
one?
he would have to be a nominary. Yeah.
Nick Hansler doing a great job of that.
Nice. I like that.
I want to give a shout out actually. Peter Baxter, up 10 positions in the P30 at the moment. Fantastic
Nice.
effort in his return to the series. Of course, he took the end of last season away and off because of some health issues. It's great to see him back in the field and running in a very good position right now, up 10 positions. He'll be heading out to Bathurst this upcoming weekend with Scotty Rankin on Friday, so I'm sure we'll hear some very telltale stories from those guys and hear the secrets of Scott Rankin, as told by Pete Baxter. So, with the pleasure of calling that race at the bend
gonna tuck
for
all
PEL
the nose
with him.
out there.
Oh, couldn't quite get there.
Although closed on the second part of that corner, I wonder whether he's got anything for him here.
Well, here comes
Quite.
Crosby as
Oh.
well on Quain. So there's some close moves happening. Contacts made up at Siberia. Somehow Crosby held it.
Yeah,
Quain
Quain
keeps
backed out
going.
of that, which was good. Quain could have turned him around then, but he backed out of it quick enough to not give that car the momentum to continue that spin. So that was good drive there.
Currently 3 cars out of this race. Matt Parker, Bruce Tunnick, Wade Reynolds. Matt Monday's back out there in P39, last car on the road at the moment. But there's the race leader as we tick over to lap 30. Brenton O'Brien leads the way to Steve Grumley. And I've had words that a major points penalty is coming the way of Brenton O'Brien, which makes me think, Brett, it's going to be 10 or more points coming towards him, which even with the race win will mean that he will lose the lead of the championship heading into round 2, which I think may be the first time, at least in a long time, to my memory, that the round 1 race winner will leave round 1 not the leader of the championship.
Well, I mean, who's that off
That was
there?
Kiddis off.
Kiddis. Oh, Kiddis. He was going well up until that point. So I daren't I ask if he cops a penalty that takes him, could that take the win away from him?
No, he would still have the race win, but he wouldn't get the race win amount of points. I heard, Brenton, that car 26 was getting a points penalty during the race on Thursday. That's what I was hearing.
Oh.
That's what I
We've
heard.
upset
I heard it over
we've
the
upset
radio.
the chat.
I heard it over the radio.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
But the penalty sheet's not out, so it may not be, but that's just what I heard on the radio from racing.
Careful, the
on
hate's
Thursday.
coming now.
Don't turn it on me. I didn't make the choice. I'm only relaying the information that I heard 4 days ago.
Righto.
It may not be.
Well,
may get the
Haynes
penalty
has
sheet,
put
and then
minor
it may
point,
be
not major.
incorrect.
Yeah,
minor
Haynes has just
points,
put
okay.
minor, not major.
Okay.
Jeez. Oh, don't upset the bloody viewers at this point, Ames. Jeez.
I haven't done
First round.
anything. I'm
Unbelievable.
Don't shoot the messenger, please.
Brent O'Brien on lap 31 at the moment, 34. Now he's really pushed out in front now. So 5 seconds he's got on Grumley. So he's really taken command of this race. Kiddis, we just seen have a bit of an oopsie at Miller's, but still in third spot at the moment. The next battle, close battle down there is Friend and Arnie. So Friend is
calling us cruel. Okay, yeah, Tannic got a major. Okay, thank you, Simon. Appreciate it. So Tannic got a major, and I think Brenton's getting a minor. So if it's a minor,
Hey,
it could be 5
Friend,
to
don't
10.
drag me into it. Jeez.
So Brenton got a minor, which is 5 to 10 points, I think.
Right.
So I think even then, although he's led most laps, so actually he may still
Yeah.
lead, but it may only be by a point. We'll have to wait until the penalties come out and the points are updated.
Look at that
to
flock
really
of
know.
Vigers coming through
So,
Miller's now.
Look at him. Look at that. They fly together, don't they? I'm waiting for the V
Uh,
formation of the Angry Birds.
I wonder in spring whether they get a bit more angry.
Oh no, apparently I'm going to Britain tomorrow on the Porsche Cup race.
Oh, very good. The booth is going to get hurt.
I've got race control for this one.
Very good. Good.
Well, we've only got a couple laps to go. We've really gone off the rails towards the end of this. Can you tell we've been
So-
away for nearly 6 weeks?
So I think Arnie just lost a spot to Friend then.
Yeah, he did.
So
Friend
he
up
wasn't
into the
fifth,
top
so,
5.
yeah.
That's a good
Not
effort
out
there
of it,
from
though.
Craig.
Yeah.
The Flock Attack is battling away for the Angry Birds cars further back in the field, but this man right now was one of the 5 drivers we mentioned as part of our Full House picks. One of our top 5 for this season that we thought of current split 2 drivers who could challenge for the championship. Brenton O'Brien was one of them. And if he can start this season with a race win, he is starting off in the best possible way. Because the Logitech G entry, they're putting more focus on vets in future, it seems. But this is going to be a fantastic race performance. Bretton's in the chat actually saying, going to be on. Be sure to watch the race. 2 start commentating. Only one will finish, apparently, between me and Bretton. 2 of us will start commentating, but 1 of us will survive. It starts at, broadcast starts at 7:50, but you can get in and start waiting at 7:45 p.m. AEST tomorrow.
Is the booth shaped like an octagon?
Yes, it is. It is. I specifically built the room to be like an octagon, Brett. We'll be racing out at Homestead Miami Road Course tomorrow in the VRS Porsche Cup Series. You can catch that action on the Infinity Broadcasting channel. Where we're also simulcasting this race here tonight. We're on both the Vets and the Infinity Broadcasting channels, so it's great to have everyone watching across both of the networks that we bring the action to you from. Lap 33 or 34, 1 lap to go. And Shane Randall has been chasing down Ron Allen these last 5 laps, Brett, and now he was hot on the M1 Mustang, and he's starting to put the pressure on him with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, he's got it. I mean, this is where it also gets a bit desperate too. You sort of feel towards the last 5 laps of the race, things start to wind up and people sort of go, I think I can make a position here, and things get pretty intense sometimes. So we'll see whether we have anything go astray in these last couple of laps. Randall having a bit of a look, swinging the car, closing the gap. Also back there, Tim Mulford, Trent Allen, Weston, also in a close battle there as well.
All battling away hard. It's been really, really good to see.
Oh, a bit of a look up on the inside. Can't do anything with it. Doesn't really close the gap there. Narrows his entry, but
Just can't quite find a route around him. And now Allen is defending hard. Ron is defending hard here against Shane. He doesn't want to give this up. And fair play to him. I mean, it's 2 laps to go. You might as well go for gold and try and claim the position that you're in. He has every right to. If it was 10 laps ago, I'd say it was not really worth it. But 2 laps to go for it. Have a crack. Have a solid race to the end. That's what we want.
yeah. Oh, he's trying.
Under brakes. He looked like he wanted to aim for the corner then under brakes. Needs to be careful of that. Could get called out for moving under them. Once he's braking, you've got to brake in a straight line.
Yeah, Randall, I think got the car a bit sideways coming over the top of Lukey. Probably not quite as straight as he would have liked.
So 1 to go.
Go.
White flag lap of this race. Lap 34 of 34. O'Brien leads the way at the moment.
Mr. O'Brien will be waving to all his mates in the office if they're there, quite celebrating. I wonder whether the stewards will have a look at anything on that car to sort of see whether he's all above board, because he's done a brilliant job.
He will garner a couple of bonus points tonight, one of those being for leading the most laps and leading a lap as well. He's led 19 to this point, and he's en route to his 2nd race win in 2 seasons here in Split 2 of the Racecraft Simulations V8 Veterans. His last race win came 3 months ago at Road America in round 5 of season 24. And now we get to season 25. We get through turn 12 and back onto the Gardner Straight, and Evolution Racing Team are back on top. Brett O'Brien takes the hometown win at Phillip Island in a fantastic effort to start the season. Grumley will come home in P2 as Alex Kiddis on debut into Split 2 out of Split 3 after leading 13 laps and starting on pole, comes home on the podium. Matt Scholes home in P4. Craig Friend will come home in P5 with Dave Arney in P6, Scott McKenzie, Simon Haynes in his first outing for WKMP in the Vets, Michael Jones and Darren Crosby makes up our top 10. What a race it was. Absolutely fantastic. Driver of the Day nominations are in the chat. Get your votes in. Alex Kiddis, Simon Haynes, Ron Allen or Nick Hasler. Get those votes in.
What a sensational race. That had everything in it. I was saying, I know there was a few people there that got amongst it and had a bit of bad luck and all sorts of stuff. But I'll tell you what, there's some very good close racing, and that is going to hope that's setting the scene for the things to come later on the series, because that was a fantastic race. And we go to Bathurst next week, and that for the retro round, and I'm sure that is going to entertain just as much.
I think it will indeed. Show you some of the highlights of the race here this evening. Of course, it all started out on the main straight back on lap 1. It was a hot start from Kiddis, but there was wars down towards turn 2. That there was Hedesheed getting off the line early and into the grass almost immediately.
That was wild.
A wild incident. And then this was the one that we missed around turn 2 with Wade Reynolds and Todd Duggan.
Come across the nose, I think, there.
Just a little bit, and then this was the big one for Viger down at turn 4, off the road, and spun round into the infield of that corner. Tough moment for him there off the start of the race. And there was this one as well at the end of lap 1. Hedesheed and Clifton off at turn 12.
Yeah, wow.
That's probably, I would say that was probably the biggest one of the night, Brett.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Sometimes those cars just get locked in together. You know, you try and be aware of what's going on. Ooh.
Yeah, it was Viger and Reali down at turn 4, being Chad. And then this one as well with Matt Monday. A bit of contact with Parker, and then off the road.
Thanks for coming. I like this highlight reel at the
it's good, isn't it?
the end. Oh, it's great. Yeah, I like it.
It's given a chance to the podium finishers to get into the green room. This was Wade Reynolds down at turn 4 as well. Just got a bit loose, and then into the side of Ben Brook down there. And we had Pete Latham as well with Matty Parker once again involved. And that's why
that was when he
off the track. So it was a big moment in this race. And then Hainsey as well. This is the one that we mentioned with Panic that took him off the track down at Siberia. So it was the hot spot of the night. For sure.
And I think he's done a brilliant job. How good is that? Look how many cars he's had to let through.
That is a fantastic effort to get back
and
to
get back
where he was.
Into 8th spot. That is sensational.
That was fantastic. And there was Bush around and Baxter into him.
There I go.
Live screen.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, a little bit of a touch there.
As you would say, go me.
Yeah, go me.
Brett.
Go me. Go.
Russell Uren and Mark Houghton as well involved in something earlier on too. This is again down at turn 4. Houghton with a big lunge into that corner, and round went Uren. So it was the hot spot of the night. And then Brett Taylor was involved in it too. Derek Lovegrove in that Aussie Mail retro car as well.
I'm looking forward to seeing all the retro paints next week. That'll be sensational. Oh, that's a big lock up there running. Yeah.
Massive one. And then this here was probably the moment of the race in terms of top level changing of the guard. Here it is. It is this moment here. O'Brien dropping in pits, takes the lead from Grumley and from Kiddis.
Yeah, that was great. Yep.
And then rolls on to a race win. And coming into us now and joining us here this evening as well is, of course, the race winner, Bretton O'Brien. Bretton, congratulations. Race win on the board for the first round of the season. P1 in the end after starting in 5th place. That is a cracking effort to get to the top end of town and a solid way to start for Evolution Racing Team.
Nah, don't you start talking nice to me, Hamish. I saw you.
Oh, Racing, go get him, Brian. Come on. Got the fingerless gloves on.
I was watching him. Hang on, what? the first I've heard of it. The appeal period's finished. I'm screwed.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
Unbelievable.
look, I don't have high expectations this season. I watched your preview last week, and I thought, you're probably way overs. There's some tracks that suit me, and there's certainly a hell of a lot this season that don't. But this one obviously suits me quite well, and done enough laps around here in real life, so I should know where to go and how to get there. So no, it was good. It's
So, are you hoping that your best possible season would be if we run Phillip Island and Winton back to back for 10 rounds?
And Mosport,
And
if you run
Mosport?
Mosport, Winton, and Phillip Island, we're going to go okay. Yeah. Outside of that, it's going to be a world of struggle. So, yeah, in the next couple of weeks, when you see me down in P35, please don't be too surprised by that. That's about situation normal, because there's a lot of good drivers in Split 2. Like, it's a really talented field.
You could certainly see that tonight on how close those battle packs were. And I know they were spread out a little bit at occasions, but I think that was only because of the little incidents that were happening throughout, which gave them spread. But if everyone had a clean race, I think everyone is going to be right up there. So
absolutely, and shout out to Alex Kiddis. Like, I used to race with Alex in Split 3 a couple of seasons ago, and he actually had pole position at the Phillip Island race that year. For that season, was that 3 seasons ago now? So he's got plenty of talent, and he will win his fair share of races. You get to trust who you, and I raced against Steve Grumley as well, so you get to trust who you're racing against and what their strengths and weaknesses were. And I don't have the pace, I don't have the raw pace of those two guys. I don't. But I was confident in my first stint that if I just stayed about 1 to 1.2 seconds behind Steve, I can save fuel. I wasn't going to get any aero wash that's going to hurt my tires. And then when everyone knows it, when you're going to pit, because people are going to run out of fuel eventually. So probably the 2 laps before I pitted, I pushed hard to get that gap really close. And I think you mentioned that in the broadcast, because I was really confident that when I pitted, I would take on less fuel than the other two. And that would give me track position. And then I know I'm good with tyres as well. So I was deliberately keeping Grumley really close to me for the first few laps, because he was just going to be wearing air wash all day and his tyres were going to go off. And there was a time I thought, if I just put in 3 good laps here, I'm going to stretch this pretty quick. And it worked out. But like I said, this is a one-off. It's because I know the track, and
but
the other guys are going to win their share of races.
Yeah, even in saying that though, like just to what you said then, I mean, that goes to show you, not you, but the viewers, that all those other things you're thinking about putting into play make a massive difference. So it goes to show you that that's one of the things we talked about in the pre-board, the last week's broadcast, that you have to have all these things in place, and obviously you've got a smart racing brain that enables you to sort of take advantage of those sorts of things, and that is going to help. You might say you're not going to sort of be there for some of these other races, but with all those other things coming into line, you might surprise yourself too.
Yeah, but I know that this track just slaughters tyres, and that's why you've got to preserve your tyres and look after them. And if you're helping old mate behind you burn his tyres, well, all the benefit. And you could see the last few laps, they were pretty easy, weren't they? But both Steve and Alex, they're going to have their fair share of race wins. You can be sure of that. The 2 quality drivers are going to be up there way more often than not. So it was good to get an early race win.
Definitely
stoked about that.
You got to be stoked about that.
Yeah. Trust me, I don't win many races. Although I did win a Bathurst 1000. I won the Bathurst 1000 official last night in the top split.
Well, there you go. I mean, you're talking yourself down. You're talking yourself down, but I'll tell you what, your stats are saying something completely different.
Yeah, but hang on. I did 28 laps. Dan Hall did 27, and Ian Ford did the last 106. So it was pretty good. We were drinking pina coladas while 40 was sweating. So, it was good. I enjoyed the race. I enjoyed the series. I just love the series, and looking forward to next week Bathurst. Who can't look forward to that?
It's going to be a great time. Well, Brenton, thank you so much for coming over chat to us. Really appreciate your time. Let us know anyone you want to give a shout out to. For myself, Brett, and the rest of the league, congratulations on your race win here in round 1 out at Bathurst for season out of Phillip Island. Got Bathurst on the mind. Out of Phillip Island for season 25.
So season 25. So congrats to all those that are involved in putting vets together. Reeksy has been doing this a long while. So congratulations to Reeksy and the crew. Love to thank Logitech G, obviously, Dan Hall. And we get really good help within the team as well, like our small group of vets, like with Gambo and Scotty Mackay, Chad Lewis, and Sean Vandermeulen. And as an outlier, Stephen Sandman Clark joins us as well. But we get along really well. We enjoy doing practice laps, which I haven't really done much of late. So it's just been fantastic. And this is normally the part also, Hamish, where I would say thanks to the commentary team, but not tonight. No, we're going to miss that tonight. Look, didn't even get nominated for driver of the day. You guys are tight.
Because we only give it to the race winner when it's changeable weather conditions.
It did change. The track temperature started at 21.2 and ended up at 26.
I
just made that part up.
That is rich.
Desperate times,
don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
I know the real reason. It's because my team won the grand final and Bretton's didn't even make September. That's why.
Well, let it be known that I lived in Queensland for 25 years, and the Lions are definitely my second favourite team, and my oldest son still goes for the Lions, so I'm not upset with that one at all.
We'll be celebrating it tomorrow then, Bretton, I'm sure. But
you and I, we're having words tomorrow night. Be sure to start watching at 7:50.
Get the boxing gloves out. We'll be having a little tiff. But,
gloves? No gloves.
All right, bare knuckle it then. Let's go.
Oh, no, I was thinking Uzis. But anyway, righto.
Well, Bretton, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to chat to you once again. I'll see you tomorrow night for the VRS Porsche Cup Series, and everyone else, well, unless they watch Porsches, we'll see you Thursday night out at Bathurst for round 2.
Good on you, Hamish. Thanks, Brett. Good job.
No worries. Thanks,
see you,
Bretton. Should I be scared, Brett?
Yep.
Okay.
I'd be very scared.
Okay. Feels weird that I'm not.
He was saying a lot of intelligent things there with his racing, so I can only imagine that he's probably got a few things up in his pockets for his fists. So
I'm sure. Well, that does take us on to, though, our first driver of the day, winner of the season. You'll have to bear with me. I don't have a transition set up just yet. I've been busily working on
just plonk it on the screen.
I've been busily working on liveries all week, so it'll be set up for next week though. But picked by the chat, he started on pole tonight in his first outing of the V8 Vets Split 2, brought to you by Racekraft Simulations. That is sized incredibly poorly. Let me resize this right now. So we are all set up and ready. Count me up. Here we go.
Car of the day.
Yep. Apparently that's... I mean, I suppose it suits.
Yeah.
It suits better. It is going the way of Alex Kiddis here this evening in the 107 Old Mate and Sons entry. So one race, and he's won the M1 Used Cars Driver of the Day award. He now can't be nominated for the rest of the season, but that means that he can now focus up on trying to win himself a championship, Brett.
What a way to start, though. I mean, coming from Split 3, polling it, finishing third, and getting a driver of the day. That's a pretty big tick in a number of arenas, I think.
Yeah,
he's definitely gonna be one to watch.
It's a very, very solid thing to do in his first outing here in the Vets. So congratulations to Alex as our first driver of the day award winner here this season. And what that will do is, though, it'll bring an end to our broadcast here this evening. So a massive thank you to yourself, Brett, for joining me once again here this season. It's been absolutely spectacular to have you along for the last few seasons now, and looking forward to the rest of our time together here in the Vets, hopefully for a long time to come. Hopefully it's not a short time, it's a long time, and it's a good time as well. Next week, we head out to one of the most ominous racing circuits in the world, one in which you will need to bring tenacity, patience and respect with you. On the eve of the Bathurst 1000 weekend, we head to Mount Panorama for 300 Ks as we traverse around the country road street circuit that is Bathurst. It'll be a big test. It's anyone's game when we head to the mountain, and she may be the one to decide who walks out the victor. It is going to be a monumental occasion for us to go racing next week. You guys do not want to miss it. So if you're watching on the Infinity Broadcasting channel or the Vets channel, hit the like button to subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing here on the channel. Subscribe to the Infinity Broadcasting channel so you can watch us along with all the IWC stuff across the VRS Porsche Cup Series on Monday nights and the IWC Rod Knot Cup as well on the Fridays. Subscribe to the Vets channel to catch all the action live on the replay broadcasts of Split 4 on Friday nights, Split 3 at 6:30 on Saturday nights, and then us here in Split 2 in our regular time slot of 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time Saturday nights as well. I'm Hamish Munro alongside Brett Fisher. Big shout out to all the series sponsors: Racecraft Simulations, Logitech G, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, Player One Simgear, Nova Sim Sports, Südspeed Gloves, LGC Images, and M1 Used Cars for providing us with the Driver of the Day award tonight. It went the way of Alex Kiddis. Next week, it could go to you, Brett. Thank you so much for joining me once again. We'll see you next week out at Bathurst, I'm sure, where you'll be doing your best Larko impression of talking about how they should tattoo things under their eyelids. It'll be a fantastic time for us next week.
I'll see you all next week.
It's going to be a fantastic time. Thank you all once again. Appreciate your time and effort being here with us. But we'll see you guys on Saturday for Bathurst. But until then, stay safe, drive hard. And as always, bye for now.
With lines screaming, tires bleeding, virtual cubes, the motor's breathing, engine thunder from down under, piston fire, turn asunder, put your name in lights. Oh, with the Vets tonight, it's a 1,000 decibel supercar fight, burn this track to the ground with V8 sound. Oh, you're so steel, but the racing's real. Pedal down every pass you feel. Step right up and place your bets. This is us, the V8 Vets. Put your name in lights. Put your name in lights with the Vets tonight. It's a 1,000 decibel supercar fight. Burn this track to the ground with V8 sound. Put your name in lights. Oh, with the Vets tonight. It's a 1,000 decibel supercar fight. Burn this track to the ground with V8 sound. Burn this track to the ground. Come on now, put your name in lights.
The Racing Series is a new milestone in Logitech G.
All the great old wheels, the G29, the G920, the G923, they all have their own unique way of connecting to each other, but there's no room for expansion with those products.
So the question arose was, what if we were to give the opportunity for the racer to switch out from a drifting wheel to a GT rim?
With the wheel hubs that we've created, that's got a very specific button set, but you can replace any of the steering wheels.
And the real lovely aspect to this was we could give the user, driver and the racer the opportunity to experience different genres of race.
That allows drivers to craft high quality, customized setups that resonate with your individual racing style.
When we start with the design, we always start sketching. Very often, once we've got sketches, we start discussing with engineering.
We had 3 rounds of engineering testing or user testing where we invited in users from sim racing, and every single round of feedback we refine, the product based on what they tell us.
In this sim racing lab, again, we're going to use data to really analyze what a driver needs. We've used everything from eye tracking to the inputs from the pedals, the inputs from the, let's say, input devices, the wheel and the pedals, the shifter. We're taking that and we're compiling it so that we can build different products based on those individuals' needs for all consumers and all drivers.
I don't know of anyone else in the industry that's actually doing this kind of research into their products to see how their products are affecting performance of their users.
We've built the product to make sure that it's as reliable as possible.
So the innovations in engineering that I'd say we're most proud of is the sequential handbrake and shifter toolless changeover. This is now a patented system, so it's really easy for the user to just switch between modes.
If you give people the tools to do what they want, they will.
They will just go off and have fun.
Introducing the Rackraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with the 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a Rackraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The Rackraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no-compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.